Okay, let's do this. This always goes so well when I don't have any notes. Or not. But anyway, since both Mark and Andrea did it, I gotta do it, so here we go. My name is Petri, not sukunimi because that just means surname in Finnish. Sorry. Only the winner gets to know my real surname through PayPal. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Sweden, although I have Finnish descent. I mean, my whole family is Finnish, but I am born and raised in Sweden, as is my father. My mother was born in Finland. And I'm also from the Yeehaw part, from the most southern part of Sweden, called Skåne, or Scania in English. And I don't speak Finnish actually, because my mother is deaf, so we would have had 3 languages in the family if my dad taught me that when we grew up. So I'm kind of sad about that because it's a really beautiful language, but you know, at least I am trilingual now. I think I can speak, I can speak Swedish, English, Swedish Sign Language, a little bit of Danish. Well, Swedish, Danish and Norwegian are kind of mutually intelligible to some degree. I mean, Danish is usually much harder to understand for Swedish people, but they're almost the same languages. But I studied Danish for about 2 years, and I also studied German for about 6 or 7 years, but I've forgotten almost all of it now, because when am I ever gonna use that? And I'm also very interested in Russian, and I can read it because I listen to a lot of Russian music, but I can't understand a lot of it. Okay, anyway, I guess to tie this to Next Top Singer YouTube Idol, if you've ever wondered why I love the foreign language theme so much, it's probably because I'm a language nerd. A little bit more relevant things about my background is that I'm a composer and a pianist. I don't have any professional experience though, or well, I did get paid once, but it was like 20 bucks for a song, so I guess semi-professional. Oh, how we love that word here on Next Top Singer. I only started this show because it was for fun and because I had watched Swedish Idol so much. But the show has really evolved since then, and I'm really proud of that. And I also think I have evolved as a judge, because I can't tell you how many times contestants have come back and told me how much this show has helped them in some way or the other with their confidence and their progression as an artist. I mean, this show really does help people improve and get feedback on what they need to work on, and even just give them an excuse to sing, because a lot of people are too shy to just put their music out there without a cause. So I'm really proud of that actually. And I have also learned from this show as well, from the other judges, and just looking up music terminology and techniques and stuff. In season 1 I was kind of more like Mark, or I don't mean that in a let me rephrase that. In the beginning I was more harsh. I just did it more for the entertainment. I didn't have the contestants' progression in mind. But now I have really grown to love that aspect of the show, is to watch artists develop, just like Heather did this season, and I'm gonna talk more about her next. So I hope that has made me a better judge than I have been. Okay, I'm not gonna ramble on any further, let's go on to the next question. Question 2. What do you think about the winner and the other finalists? Well, I think most of my thoughts have been explained in the voting clip. As you all heard, she wasn't my initial choice in the finale, but the thing that really tipped me over was Andrew reminding me that I have felt more passionately about Heather. Not always, but at some points. And that truly says something about an artist, so I completely agree with that. I think Heather is amazing and so deserving of the title. I'm so proud of her improvement. I mean, that's one thing I love about this show, is you literally never know who's gonna win, because I mean, someone can just come in like a dark horse and just take it in the end, and that's always so surprising and inspiring even. I love Heather and I love Nathaniel. I mean, it was truly heartbreaking for me to let him go there in the end, because he truly has one of my favorite voices of this entire show, of the 6 seasons. He is our Josh Groban, and I'm such a huge fan of Josh Groban, so the thought of having that kind of voice as one of our winners was just like a dream. But you know, we can only have one winner. If Heather and Nathaniel had auditioned for different seasons, who knows, maybe we would have had both of them. But it is what it is. Like I said to Nathaniel, a part of me feels like he did deserve it more because of consistency. But another part of me feels like Heather totally deserves it because of her growth and everything. I mean, I'm truly torn still. As for Kelsey, I have always loved her voice. I mean, from her audition, I immediately saw her being in the top 2 or something, so I always believed in her. She has such a rich voice, and most of the time conveys great emotion, and it's just professional sounding, especially in the beginning of the competition. I can't forget the black dress song. That was perfect, except for the length. Scott also immediately stood out for me in the auditions. You know, the only one that didn't stand out for me of the 4 is Heather, and she ended up winning, so that's really funny. I really loved Scott's rocky voice, but then in the qualification stage, I kinda lost faith in him because he wasn't really solid and strained his voice and such, so that has been a theme throughout the show, sadly. But I still believe in him, as I think if he does get training like everyone always tells him to do, he is going to be our next rock singer. I know it. Then in the 80th round, he finally came back and proved just how strong of a competitor he is. So I'm really glad to see him having made it to the finale, because he absolutely deserves to. And it was a star well spent. I'm not usually a big star spender like Mark, so my stars actually mean something. Season 5 was actually won by my gold star, so you never know. But I think the competition was just too strong in this finale, especially with 4 competitors. Question 3. How has your experience been being part of the show? Honestly, it's been kind of a roller coaster because it's been really fun, but sometimes it felt more like something you have to do than something fun, because the Discord server has been much less active than last season, so sometimes it just felt like no one cared, and I was like, what's the point? And I was really close to quitting sometimes, because the interactions in the background has always been a major factor for me, and I wonder if it's because we didn't do videos this time, or just because we have a more shy cast this time around, I don't know. But obviously they do care, and we got to see that especially in the end, so it was worth it in the end. And with shorter seasons in the future, I think it's gonna be more manageable, because I always spent so much time on this, and there's gonna be less of a risk of disappointments, because we had a crazy amount of quitters this time around, which is always a shame. But in the end, we ended with the right top 2, even the top 4. I think it was also the wrong time of year to do this because of all the holidays, so only summer seasons from now on. Question number 4. How has it been working together with the other judges? Any issues? What do you think about them? Andrea is such a biatch. I hate her. She's so difficult to work with. Like, oh my god. And Mark, I'm gonna mark him down. Put a cross in Mark Cross box. Serious answer, Mark and Andrea are so fun to work with. They're always the major reason I come back to this show. The fact that we so often passionately disagree with each other, and the fact that they are so passionate about their opinions, is what makes it interesting and so fun to engage in and listen to afterwards, and that's just how it should be, honestly. I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, some contestants may complain that we have different judging criteria, but honestly, that's the whole point of a panel. That's why we have 3 judges. It's because we are so different, so that we get closer to an objective result in the end. Because a competition like this is always at least partly subjective by nature. So the fact that we can get so many different opinions in gets us closer to an objective result in the end. But you know, obviously everything isn't always fine and dandy. I mean, sometimes there are communication issues between us, sometimes there are missed messages and misunderstandings and such, but I think everyone does their best, most of the time at least. And okay, so Mark kinda put me on blast in his Q&A, huh? For quote-unquote questioning the drummer on the timing. Well, okay, maybe I didn't explain myself good enough in that round, because I don't do very well in live situations, to be honest, because of my stuttering and general lack of thinking on my feet when it comes to English, so. But the main reason I criticize him is because I really really question his priorities. That's my main thing, because I don't think it's a valid reason to put someone close to being eliminated for being so slightly off timing that only like a drummer can hear it. Like in the 80s round, he puts Ray down to third last, when I put her at third close to the top, because she was more powerful than ever and more solid than ever. And then he comes there with his timing. No, okay, sorry Mark. But that was honestly pretty annoying to me at times, because it felt more like a cop-out, like a mystery reason. But maybe I'm just really bad at picking up timing, I don't know. And then when the timing actually was super off, as with Heather in qualification round 1, he didn't seem to care that much, so kind of confusing. It's debatable. I'm sure you will scream at the screen when you hear this, so okay. And Andrea, I felt like you never listened to me. You literally tuned out in the finale when I was speaking, so I could never get you on my side. You always jumped on Mark's side this season. What the hell? What has happened to you? Come back. And you interrupt me all the freaking time. I didn't even get to finish my point in the discussion about previous winners and the consistency and growth stuff. Yeah, anyway, it's all water under the bridge at this point. But you know, in general, it's been fantastic, as it always is, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to the next season, even though Mark unfortunately will not be on the panel. But we have a fantastic new judge, and I'm not gonna say who it is until the season starts, so you're gonna have some months to speculate about that. But I think you're gonna like the new judge. Maybe Mark will have a point in that we need that wildcard factor, so I guess maybe I should try to play more of a devil's advocate next season. We'll see what happens. Either way, Mark, unfortunately you're not gonna get what you want all of the time, because like you know, your votes have always been very different. I don't know what to do about that, to be honest, because we have our opinions for a reason. We'll just gonna have to wait and see. And I agree with Andrea about the guest judges, so I'm not gonna talk more about that. Let's go on to the next question. What do you think about the other contestants? Anyone specific you want to mention? I want to give a big shout out to Trinity, because this is her 4th season being involved in the show. Season 2 and 3 she auditioned, she didn't get in, then she got in season 5, and now she got in this season as well. And I always admire a contestant who dares to come back, because you know, it can get pretty brutal sometimes with the criticism. And Trinity, if you are listening to this, I hope that this season's criticism hasn't deterred you from being involved in the show somehow, because I know I have been very critical of you this season. But I want you to know that you shouldn't take that too personally, because I always compare contestants to each other. So if I'm like trying to get someone out, it's not necessarily because I don't like that singer, it's because I like another singer better. So I'm doing that in the interest of saving the other singer. Either way, like Kelsey said, it's a learning experience. So I hope that you have been able to learn from this, because you have improved so much. And so has Gabriel. I'm really proud of him too, because he has also come back from last season. And I also want to give a shout out to Emma, even though you probably won't hear this because you're not in the server. But anyway, I really love her voice. It's so unique. So I hope she keeps singing and improving, because she's gonna be the next Lana Del Rey or something. And also a big shout out to Passion Avenue, Ray and Gabriel, for doing a cover in the finale. That has never happened before. The contestants have come back and done a guest performance. That was really cool. I love that. And Ray had such a fighting spirit in this competition. I always admire that. No matter how low she dropped in the rankings, she never gave up, and she always took everything the judges were saying and tried to improve. And she was one of the few that actually used the mentors, so extra big shout out to that. I hope you come back another season. Question number 6. What is your favorite theme/episode and why? Well, except the finale, because that was incredible. Everyone did so well, and I'm proud of all 4 of them, because Nathaniel did opera, and no one has ever done that before for a finale, so that was like the twist of the season. I loved it. And Heather, I'm so proud of her, because we weren't even sure she was gonna submit at all at first, because of her anxiety and stuff, but then she did it, and obviously it worked. heart, so cause she did so amazing with that song. I loved it. I loved Kelsey's original song. She's a fantastic songwriter, please teach me. And Scott, I got that emotion that I wanted, so yeah, finale is my favorite. But other than that, well, actually judge's choice, cause all of my songs got picked. No, all except one. Damn you, Trinity. No, I'm kidding. No, but the main reason I love judge's choice is because I was so emotionally affected by Heather's performance, as you all know. Like, that was, I don't know if I've ever cried for a performance in YouTube Idol before, and Next Top Singer. I mean, that just really hit a nerve on me, and Nathaniel as well. I'm never gonna forget his performance. I mean, that was just everything I've dreamed to hear from him. I mean, I'm a big sucker for Eurovision songs. I really didn't think he was gonna pick it actually, because it was from a Norwegian artist and he had never heard the song. So I was really positively surprised that he actually heard that that was going to be a great competition song, and obviously he won that round, so good choice. I don't know which is my least favorite episode or theme, but I do have some mixed feelings about the group round, because I honestly can't say there was a fabulous entry in that round as compared to previous seasons. And I think that maybe because they didn't get to choose the teams this time around. Maybe that was a bad choice, or maybe it was a more fair choice. I don't know. What do you think? Group rounds are hard though, so I'm not saying that you shouldn't be proud of this round, because it's always a challenge. You all should be so proud. Question number 8. Do you have any criticism for the show? Well, it's kinda awkward to criticize your own show, cause I mean, I guess I can just say things are gonna be different next season. Anything that I find as a flaw, I always try to fix for the next season. So for next season, I'm probably gonna tighten some of the rules so they are more clear, and I'm also probably gonna remove some of the rules that I now see as maybe not that necessary. I'm not gonna say which they are, cause it's all up for debate. I'm gonna talk to Andrea and the new judge about them. And we may also go back to videos, because it didn't save that much time, and also it was pretty inconvenient to upload to SoundCloud all of the time. However, when I made the winner result video, I remembered why I stopped making videos in the first place, because the program crashed all of the freaking time, so it took so long to finish it. So I don't know, maybe we'll stick to audio, we'll see. I have a lot to think about. Question 9. Do you have any tips to future contestants? Yes. Number 1, utilize the mentors. Tips number 2, at least for me, you should try to get at least one very emotional performance in your body of work, because like the last 2 seasons have shown, that has meant so much to me. Emotion. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be the most consistent, as long as you really connect emotionally, you're gonna get my vote. Clearly, cause emotion has always been what music is about to me. And we are looking for a versatile singer, but don't get too lost in it. I mean, you should still have a bit of yourself in it, like Mark and Andrea said, even though I still think Nathaniel did have that. In the end, we are trying to find the best artist, so you as an artist have to be crystal clear in the end. Ginga was super clear as an artist, Miriam was super clear as an artist, and Heather is super clear. So you have to know who you want to be as an artist and show that to us if you want to win this competition. That's the main criteria. Number 10, anything you want to add? Yes, thank you so much for listening to this long ass interview. I hope I was entertaining to you, and I really admire you if you bothered to listen this far. And thank you to everyone who listened to the entire season as well, and for commenting, and just for being awesome. Okay, that's all. Bye! Oh, and I also have a cover of my own coming up, so stay tuned for that. I look forward to hearing you all laugh at me. Coming to my channel P3 Music Vid. Check the Discord. Okay, bye.